to this computer. Hello, this is Daniel and Wissam with the VMware Cloud Provider Solutions Engineering team. This is our first video on establishing cross-VDC networking inside of vCloud Director 9.5. Wissam and I are going to walk through on setting up. We have our two sites, Site A and Site B. We already established cross-VDC networking on Site A, and we're going to walk through in this video on establishing on Site B. Before I kick things off, I'm going to let Wissam talk about the current state of Cross-vCenter NSX.
Right, thanks, Daniel. So basically, we first need to have prerequisites steps done. And this is basically setting native NSX for Cross-VC. So we will have vCenter 1 with NSX Manager 1, which will be selected as primary, as you can see here, ending with 110.42. And we will select vCenter 2, install NSX Manager 2, which will be secondary, reporting to the primary 110.42. A sync service will be initiated, and all the objects that are created will be synced across all sites, noting that with VCD 9.5, we can support up to 4 sites, or in other words, 4 vCenters NSX managers.
Great, excellent. So let's jump back over to the vCloud Director screen. And we have 3 steps we're going to take. One, we're going to actually set up the parameters we need for cross-VDC networking for any affiliated vCenter. We're going to create the universal transport zone as a network pool, and then we're going to enable specific org VDCs to utilize cross-VDC networking. So first off, we're going to right-click on our vCenter, go to Properties. Under the NSX tab, I have 4 new fields. I have a control VM resource vCenter path, data store name, our management interface, and our network provider scope. These are required to set up and establish where the UDLR control VM is going to reside, while the last variable, the network provider scope, is required to essentially establish a fault domain. So think of this as I have my Site A and Site B. I am established in my example, I have region A, which is my Site A, and I have my region B, which is my Site B. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the variables that I need to set this up. And for the resource pool vCenter path, you can use a MoRef or the entire string. I just thought it was easier to use the MoRef. And again, your data store name, management interface name, and the network provider scope, which again, for Site B, we're on Site B, this is region B. So we're going to click OK. So this is a one-time setup per vCenter instance. So if you have many vCenters attached to it, I have to establish that same scope or multiple scopes based off of what I'm actually trying to accomplish. So the next step is setting up a network pool. We're going to go ahead and click Add. This is a VXLAN-backed network. Select our vCenter and our universal transport zone. Wissam, do you want to talk real quickly about what the transport zone does for us within NSX?
Sure. So basically, a transport zone, we can think about it as a domain of our NSX. So this NSX is stretched to which clusters, this NSX instance is stretched to which clusters, which host participates part of this transport zone. A universal transport zone, think about that as a global transport zone where it will be stretched across all sites or vCenters, in this case, maximum of 4 vCenters. So this means that all of these 4 vCenters are part of the same NSX domain. So once we create a stretched network, this will be stretched across all 4 vCenters/sites.
Great, excellent. All right, so we created the network pool. The next step and the last step for the provider setup is to enable it on a per organization VDC. Now this is unique in the sense that a organization can have multiple organization VDCs, and we can provide the ability to actually enable it on a per org VDC basis. So one of the things we'll have here is the ability to actually check this box that says enable cross-VDC networking. And there's only the standard universal transport zone that we already created. And the reason is that we only create it once. for any universal objects, along with having our standard network pool for anything that would be local to site B, this Daniel B Pago 01. So we click OK. And that's it. So from here, once this is updated, I'll be able to go into my UI, go to data center groups, and create a new data center group. So next up, we'll actually go ahead and create our first data center group. Thanks.